How Robert Kiyosaki investment rule helped me to retire twice. Hello, I'm Ruth Dorsainville. Yes, you heard it right. I was able to retire twice. Now, many people have a different understanding as to what the word retirement means. Yes, retirement means for many people that you've worked for so many years and at the end you don't have to do anything, right? However, by reading Robert Kiyosaki investment rules, I was able to understand what retirement really meant, which means that you actually have businesses and properties that are creating cash flow for you so that your lifestyle is based on people's revenue, like people paying, let's say people are investing in your business or people investing in your property. And once all the payment has been paid off, that cash flow is your lifestyle, right? Many people believe that when you retire, you got to have $1 million cash under your bed. And you know what? This is my money and I don't have to work anymore. But no, you could actually retire right now if you really want to by understanding this principle. So one of the principles that Robert Kiyosaki taught me is how to have a cash flow life and live off that, right? And basically what it means is that you don't have to work in order for you to create this cash flow. The money is coming, the money is made for you, but the money is based on the system that you've created, an investment that you've created that allows you to have the lifestyle that you have. That's one. The second shocker from Robert Kiyosaki is changing the mindset by understanding that having a house is not an asset. And I remember when I was in my 20s, I read that book and thinking, what do you mean a house is not an asset? That's what we've been taught, right? You get a house and it's an asset and you just have to pay the mortgage for 20, 30 years. But the truth of the matter is, and on the book, they teach you how a house is an asset for the bank, because each and every single month, you're paying the bank in order for you to live in this house, right? But for you, it's a liability because you have to dig out money each and every single month out of your pocket to be able to live in this house. So it's not an asset because you still have to go out and work to pay for the mortgage, right? So understanding that, wait a minute, how can the house become an asset? Okay. So what you do, many people do it nowadays. You get yourself a house or a duplex and you just rent it out, right? And once the tenant has paid off the entire payment, whether it's the mortgage and all the expenses, the extra cash becomes, once everything is paid off, the extra cash becomes your living expenses, right? So if you have several properties, the extra cash from those properties allows you to travel, do whatever you want. Right, so that was one of the things that I've learned as well through Robert Kiyosaki. The third thing that I've learned through Robert Kiyosaki is that from how to switch from being an employee to solopreneur to business owner, which is where the true wealth is, and investor. Let me give you guys an example. So if you guys understand and know Robert Kiyosaki talks to you about, okay, whatever you're doing, you want to get into the wealth side of the quadrant. So this 4 quadrant, the E is employee, right? And again, no judgment. Anyone that wants to work for somebody, that's great, but just understand that you cannot get rich by becoming an employee, right? So the next level up, you're thinking, you know what? Okay, all right. So now I want to open my own business, which is what most people do. And what's the next thing that they do? They go to the next quadrant, which is entrepreneur, right? But a lot of people that are entrepreneur, they're a one-man show, right? So if their business doesn't operate, or if they're not in the business, then the business doesn't make any money, right? So you're still working a lot for your business to grow. You're still working a lot on your business, right? And you're probably by yourself, right? So it's called a solopreneur, which you don't want to be. The next phase over is a business owner. Business owner, you actually have an entity, a corporation. You get a lot of tax break, right, from being able to be a business owner. And you have a company and you have a lot of employees underneath you helping you to grow this company. And the last one is investor. How to become an investor, and by being able to be an investor, you're able to multiply your income, right? So understanding that true wealth is on this side is one of the things that I've learned from Robert Kiyosaki that has helped me to understand each and every single time, okay, where am I in any business that I'm going into? Am I going, and that happens all the time. You could even start a business now and you're seeing yourself on the employee side. So you have to quickly get yourself back into the business and investor side in order for you to be able to generate wealth. Fourth thing that I've learned is that cash flow is king, right? Cash flow is a system that allows you to make money each and every single month with predictability down to the dollar and day, right? So to be able to understand how to create a system that allows you to have a cash flow is true wealth. And the last but not least, number 5, and that's one of the advice that he gives to entrepreneur, so it's not for everybody, is don't go to school. School is there to teach you to become an employee. So if that's what your goal is, then that's fine. But if you want to become an entrepreneur, you have to get yourself out of the school system because you have to think differently. You have to learn things differently, right? And Robert Kiyosaki, I have a lot of respect for him because he had a poor dad and he made it out by having a mentor, which was a rich dad, which is a friend of his father. His father was a college professor, great guy, served the military, great guy. However, his way of thinking was that you have to go to school, you have to have a great job and be the best at it. Versus his rich dad that was thinking differently, showed him another way of thinking, another types of education, which allowed him to be a God knows how, he's a very successful man nowadays, New York Times bestselling author of many, many different books, and also create a great educational system. So Robert Kiyosaki, great guy, read his book. And if you've read any of his book, let us know in a comment below. And what is the one takeaway that you've taken from any of his book? All right. So this is Ruth signing out, reminding you that success is in your DNA.